What is going on? It's your boy Adam Coops, and today I just wanted to talk about just how I was spending my time in quarantine. Um, like I know that I was saying that I was gonna do a vlog video and start doing more stuff like that, and I do. I want to, and I am. I just into the quarantine stuff, right? So I've just been thinking a lot, obviously, about kind of like the things I'm doing and how I'm doing them over the course of the last couple of months. But the way I've been operating in the last couple of months is the same way, or at least very similar to how I've been doing stuff over the last couple of years. Um, my habits have been slowly changing, and I would say progressing in terms of me doing things on like a higher level with more quality and stuff like that. A lot of some of the stuff that I was doing, I feel like was kind of taking me away from what I really, really want to do. So it's kind of like over here, I have uh, things that I like to do, and then on the other side of that, I have things that I really, really, really like to do. Because I think that I'm fortunate enough that I've been able to start to create a lifestyle that allows me to do a lot of things that I like to do and the small, small amount of things that I don't like to do or things that I don't care about or having to be in situations that are constantly like making me upset. Staying at home, not working, because I don't have remote work at my field. I can't really do remote work. If you know me, you probably know what I do as an occupation. If you don't know me, then you don't know that I'm a culinary person. I work in restaurants and with food and stuff like that outside of, making these types of videos and like dancing and whatnot. But taking a break from all that allowed me to focus on this stuff more and it helped me kind of like look at things into terms of like, so I love culinary stuff because I love food. I love making food. I love eating food. I love learning about food. And I think that's another creative process. And I'm a very creative person, or at least I feel like I am. So when I get a chance to do creative stuff, I'm like almost always about it. Um, Food is very special because you can eat it, right? And everyone should know how to handle food because you have to eat to stay alive just like you have to drink water. um, so it's kind of important. Now what this like point in time with quarantine, having all this social distancing and staying home, made me think about a lot of things I've been doing, and things are kind of like developing kind of fast for me right now because I literally just finished. It was my first book. It is not going to get a physical publication just because I don't really feel like it needs to. Maybe if it continues to do really good, because I've been able to sell a decent amount of copies within the short amount of time that has been released. That so I'm thinking about what that's done for me, and the fact that it's like, ooh, I had this really big project and I finally like got it done, and it was really cool. And it's amazing, and just like doing more of this type of work. But I feel like my biggest thing is that I'm not really consistent with doing things that are important all the time. Like I kind of like go back and forth between a lot of different stuff. So I'm just like, okay, maybe I should just kind of fall back a little bit and really think about all the things that I think are important, and then also think about the things that I'm doing that are important to me now. So what I mean was like, I think it's important to be creative. I think it's important to do things that help you express yourself. And some of these important things that I'm doing are, okay, the book, dance videos, learning new dishes and stuff like that. But there are all these other things that I've done in the past, so like my websites and all that stuff. So I'm just thinking like, I made a website about maybe about like 3 to 4 years ago. Um, More than likely because now I have to make a decision. Like I have to renew my domain and stuff like that. And I'm just like, do I even want to do that? Like I do know the value of having my own website and what I can use it for, what I will use it for, but it's just like I'm kind of like not even in that space right now to properly use this. So should I just cancel it or should I just keep it and wait till I'm ready? because I can keep it and wait till I'm ready and utilize the resources to keep it alive, or I can just let it cancel out when I'm really ready to come back into utilizing my own website. Bring that back, get into that. Um, but that's what quarantine has been making me think about. It's been making me think about all these things I have that I don't even know that I have, just because I kind of just keep things that I think are useful. But honestly, there's a lot of things that are in my life right now that I have that were useful that aren't anymore. And, it's not even to be like to try to capitalize on everything and to be like a capitalist, was trying to take advantage of everything and, utilize stuff all the time, but simply just being like, let me just free up my lifestyle and not have all these things that I have to take care of and worry about, and just really focus on what I think is important, what really brings me joy, and what brings me like, peace as a person that loves to create, as a person that loves to do things the way I like to do them. Some people love structure and some people love directions. A lot of people, I feel like, in the world, they're like that. They want to do stuff and they want to help and they want to, have cool experiences, but they need to know what to do. They need to know when to do it. They need to know how to do it. There are people that they don't know when to do stuff. They just get this feeling and they just go for it. And they're just like, I don't really know exactly what it is, but I'm going to do it. And then they do it. They're like, I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. And they figure it out and they get it done. But there are people on the opposite side. So I'm kind of deciding, like, what are these things that I need to start letting go of so I can free up my mind, free up my energy, so I can focus more on the things that are important to me. Because I read this and I've heard this before. As we grow into becoming an adult, we try to gather a lot of things. We do a lot of different things with friends, with family members, with outsiders, coworkers, acquaintances. We develop all kinds of relationships. We do all kinds of quirky stuff and random stuff. But then as we start to grow up and figure out more of who we are, we start to let some of those things go. Like, you like dance, but you're not a dancer, so you stop dancing and you haven't danced in like 5 years. You know, you love hiking, but you have a work, you don't like moving around, or just like there's just certain things, whether it's like video games and just not playing video games as much because you don't have the time to. There's all these things in our lives. Well, there's things in my life for sure where I find value in them and they're cool, but as of right now, there's no true function for it. And I would enjoy it if I did it, but that energy can go into something else that's going to bring me 3 times as much joy and purpose. So maybe it's just like kind of going through the ebb and flow of life and the cycles, and maybe I'll come back to that. But for as of right now, I have to figure out in this point in my life, in terms of like literal point, right? Within these next couple of months, what's the most valuable things to me? What's the most life giving, sustaining things that I can do for myself in terms of mental, emotional health, and just like spiritual health too? What's gonna help me feel like I'm becoming more the person that I want to be? Definitely, I think it's gonna be like being creative and doing stuff for sure. So I just have to figure that out. But that's what I've been doing most of this time in quarantine. Just going back in life through my memories, relationships, experiences, and thinking about what did I get out of this? Like, why was this so important? You know, what what do I like about this? What do I like about that person? What do I like about this experience? What did I love about this place? And what was not so likable or enjoyable? And I'm not saying this to share some type of lesson, but just like I think that quarantine was really cool because it allowed me to kind of just decompress and hit a soft reset and kind of refocus and start to figure out, all right, we're moving, we're chugging along. I'm actually still able to do some of the things that I want to do. But really, like, what's the most important thing to move forward with? because we all know, like, once the world starts going back to the way it normally was, things are gonna be chaotic because it's kind of like things are backed up, you know. So a little hair video of what's been going on with me in quarantine and how I've been handling it. Um, just I'm a very thoughtful guy. So sitting down, just chilling, thinking, and appreciating the moments that I've had. Shouts out to everyone and anyone who was thinking about getting the book and has gotten the book. I know it isn't that many people because like I literally just put it out for sale, but I appreciate that so much. Oh my goodness, this internet has sucked so bad. It sucks so bad. I literally have to restart my computer every time. But anyway, that's not that important. But so I just really want to get into the vlogging stuff and just kind of share. And another reason why I really want to get into the vlogging stuff is because I wanted to share my process and share my journey of creating the lifestyle that I want, because I see a lot of people who quote unquote have success, and I believe that their success is true success to a degree. But no one ever talks about the grind. People are starting to talk about it now, but like people always use this little phrase where they're like, if I can do it, you can do it. Or I'm just like you. I'm the regular person. And, they're right, but they're wrong at the same time. Because, like, you're not just like me. Yeah, we have things in common. We're human and, we have ambition and we have drive. But, like, you're not like me. I'm not like you. Because if I was like you, I would just be you. But I get the message. But I just really want to share and document the journey so people get a realistic expectation of what it looks like to kind of like work towards your dreams and stuff. Obviously, my experiences is solely my experience, and I can't, say that your experience is gonna be just like this. But I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of people who will be able to relate to some of the things that I have to go through, some of the things I have been through. Um, but it's just kind of like fun because I know that also for myself, going back, watching videos. I've done this before where I watched videos from when years ago. I've read notes and writing because I do poetry and free writing and stuff like that I've written 3, 4, 5 years ago. And it's just like, wow, it was crazy to see the way I've evolved, as a person, as a man, as a creative thinker. So I just want to kind of share my process, and hopefully it'll be a little educational for people. They can learn something, but and also to be something to help inspire from within and motivate. That external, like, yo, I like these videos or whatever. Hopefully this gives someone something, and that something is just enough to help them get over that hump to get to their next whatever it is. Um, but yeah, that's it for today's video. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.